Hello everyone and welcome to my L85A2 commentary. The L85A2 belongs to the SA-80 series and is a British bulb-style assault rifle. It fires the 5.56 x 45mm NATO caliber and was produced from 1985 to 1994. Its predecessor, the L85A1, was prone to several technical problems, especially related to jamming. So, in a contract with Heckler & Koch, this weapon was modernized and the technical problem solved, and this led to the upgraded version, the L85A2. Now that we are done with the intro, let's get to the stats. The default weapon has a magazine capacity of 24 rounds, which is quite a good number of rounds to play around with. In total, you have 3 magazines, which is pretty much average. The deviation is the best among all assault rifles in Play4Free. No matter if firing from the hip, aiming down sight, standing or crouching. You have a very light upwards recoil and a medium rightwards recoil. When aiming down sight, you have 40% of hip fire recoil. This weapon has high damage over all ranges. At 0 meters you have a damage of 28 to 30, which drops down to 25 to 27 at 22 meters, and on long range, at 45 meters you have a damage of 21 to 25. As you can see from the damage values, you have a guaranteed 5-shot kill versus enemies without the physical toughness upgrade, which is a nice start to begin with, considering you aren't even going to plan in attachments yet. This weapon also has a higher than average velocity of 675, which is useful for shooting targets on long range, which is what you're going to do with this weapon a lot. Now, with all these positive aspects in mind, there are also some downsides, and one of them is the rate of fire. The L85A2 has an unmodified rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute. On long range, the low rate of fire is not really an issue because you want to do burst or tap firing for accurate results anyway, because otherwise the recoil and deviation caused by full auto fire will wreak havoc on your gun handling. At first sight, the low rate of fire seems to be a disadvantage in close quarter combat, but don't forget the higher damage, which allows you to kill faster, so it's kind of balanced. You fire slower, but you fire higher damaging rounds, so it kind of makes up for it. But that doesn't mean that you should go front head versus someone with FMAS. I would not bet on you in that case. Last but not least, we have the reload time of 4.8 seconds, which is the second highest reload time of all assault weapons, only to be topped by the XM8. So when reloading, make sure you have the time and location to reload, and you're definitely going to feel the long reload. But it's a disadvantage that I can live with, and I think you can live with it too. Next up, choice of attachments. Personally, I'm rolling with the RapidAim Reddot, simply because I like the design of the sight. It's very open, so I can see everything around my target where I'm aiming at, and if I have to, I can easily switch targets without being blocked in any form, because the hollow sight blocks a bit of your view in the center of the screen, so I don't really like to use the hollow sight in general. A decent alternative to the RapidAim Reddot would be the M145, because this weapon is kind of designed for long range shooting, and the M145 allows you to do that even easier, and especially going for headshots. But personally, I don't do gambling or any kind of luck play, so I don't go for the supply drops, and I hope that the scope appears in the store sooner or later, but for now I won't have the sight. As for the stock, I'm using tactical. Stabilized doesn't work very well on this weapon because it does not really reduce the recoil, it just makes it less random, so in average you still have the same horizontal recoil. But what the tactical stock does, it actually reduces the recoil, both horizontal and vertical. And on top, it also reduces deviation. For a complete analysis of why tactical is better than stabilized stock on this kind of weapons with horizontal recoil that only pulls to the right, view the link in the description. If you really want to go crazy on recoil, you could even use a Nemesis stock, but keep in mind that this comes with a loss of damage and there's no notable difference in deviation. In fact, the deviation settle times are worse than compared to tactical stock. As for the ammo attachment, I'm using Viper magazines because of the additional bullets and the primary increase of long range damage. The usage of Viper magazines has the following effects in terms of hits you need to kill an enemy. You kill an enemy with 100 HP or with the first point of physical toughness on any range with 4 shots, no question asked. And you still have a guarantee to kill someone even with physical toughness level 2 up to a range of 33 meters, and beyond that it's still a very good chance to kill with 4 shots. As for headshots, you kill everything with 2 headshots, no matter if they have physical toughness or not. If you would use Nemesis stock instead, you would also lose all of these advantages, and that just for a bit less recoil. So I suggest just learn to compensate for the recoil with tactical stock. It's already quite low and you will be good. Last but not least, it's time to choose a barrel. I can tell you right away that a barrel that extends close range is entirely useless because we have the same kill time in close range and in medium range for a shot kill on anything. That means no close-in barrel, no predator barrel and no scorpio barrel. Not that someone would use scorpio barrel anyway, but just for the sake of completeness. It also does not really make sense to extend medium range. The difference between maximum, medium and long range damage is 0. Both values are 31. And for minimum damage, the difference is 2. 29 on medium range and 27 on long range. So, what would you do by extending the medium combat distance? You would extend the range at where you have a guaranteed 4-shot kill versus targets with the 2nd level of physical training toughness. Whereas otherwise you still have a very good chance to kill them in 4 shots anyway. As a result, extending the medium combat distance only grants you a very small advantage versus enemies with a certain training. So, since there's no need to increase range in any form, what is there left to increase? Velocity. And as you can probably guess, the best barrel to increase velocity is a precision barrel. That adds to the already good base velocity of the weapon and gives you a total velocity of 925. Just a short recap of why higher velocity is useful. First of all, you will have a shorter kill time because the bullet reaches its destination faster. In the same way, there's less of a need to lead on moving targets on longer range, so it's easier to hit them. Also, because of the increased velocity, there's less of a bullet drop, so the range at where you aim at the head and score an actual headshot is extended, and above that the need to compensate for bullet drop is also smaller. The last aspect is the range. A higher velocity allows the bullet to travel further and hit enemies that you would otherwise not be able to hit because the bullet dies before. However, that aspect is mostly unimportant on assault rifles, light machine guns and submachine guns because there are no high magnification scopes or sights out there. So it's mostly important for the recon class. Alright everyone, that's all I have for the L85A2. Enjoy your day and stay sharp.